What do you do during the dry season, huh? What do you do? Look at his balls. What is this? Who's up there? Hey, take it easy. Oh, what's up, guy? How's it going? What's going on? You want some bread? No, I'm not supposed to do that. Oh yeah, you got fleas, huh? You itchy? Who the shit is this? What are you doing over there? You guys take over the joint? Where'd everybody go? You sit down, see, I ain't seen nobody. What are you guys doing? What about him? What about that coati? Holy shit, there's a whole bunch of you. Oh my God. There's no law and order here. I seen Planet of the Apes. I know how this goes. Hey. Who's that? Who's that guy? Who's that guy up there? Look at that big ass tail. What do you do with that tail? Got like a spoon-shaped tail. You don't even have feathers on those. You look like some sort of damn Star Wars spacecraft. You looking at him? You're not looking at me. What are you looking at? I said, I don't know what he's doing. I said, wow. I don't know what he's doing up there. You got some nerve. You are, I'll be honest with you though. You're gorgeous. You're probably a little cocky, but you're very handsome. Oh, he just took a shit. That's nice. Anyway, right there you got Enterolobium, the elephant ear tree. A massive legume. They call it the elephant ear tree because you got those elephant ear shaped legumes, leguminous fruits up there on the ground. They kind of look like this. Like that. See that? Very fleshy. Hell of a place for a soccer field. That's nice. This has got to be a nice spot. You got a nice canopy. It's hot as balls. Well, it's not as hot as where I live. It's not as hot as South Texas in the summertime. Got a nice breeze. Yeah, there's more of them Enterolobium, the elephant ears. Massive mimosoid trees. Look at that. Ugh, there's like a kind of foul-smelling mealy pulp. It smells sweet, but kind of like, if you took like grapes and stuck them in someone's toes and let them sit there for a few days. That's kind of what it smells like. Beautiful seed, though. And there's the bark. God, that is I bet they grow fast as hell. Stop the piss on the side of the road. I don't know what this is, but I know it's in the mahogany family, Meliaceae, because you can see it in those flowers right there, which look like the flowers of the horribly invasive Chinaberry tree, which has taken over so many washes in central Texas. There's the fruits right there. Mahogany family, Meliaceae. Very cool flower structure, though. Oh, I'm so into these. Look at these Enterolobiums. They're such beautiful trees, analogous to Lacana pulverulenta in the same evolutionary clade, same subfamily that we get in South Texas. And look at all this Hylocereus. Is this a Hylocereus or an Acanthocereus? It looks like it might be Acanthocereus. These little seedlings. Looks like some bird probably took a shit and then now it's spreading rhizomously. Got some more of it. Oh yeah, that's Acanthocereus. Tetragonus. Now who's this? That might be Selenocereus. This might be something different. That's a Hylocereus. You got quite a few of them. They're both in the dragon fruit clade. See, that's Acanthocereus. Yeah, I guess these are different. I don't know. Hard to say. They could just look a lot different when young. Look at it flushing those red pigments, though. Huh? Little stressed out, aren't you, buddy? Aren't we all right now? Now, here's a great tree, and ethnobotanically speaking, one of the most useful. This is the gourd tree, Crescentia cujete, and it's in Bignoniaceae, the catalpa family. There's the leaves right there. You can see they're fascicled. This thing is built for the heat. I'm surprised nobody's growing this in South Texas. Fascicled leaves, no petioles, and a drought deciduous habit too. And then of course there's the fruit, which if you don't stomp on it like I did, well, this thing just fell. It'll turn into a little wood that the epicarp forms this kind of woody bowl-like structure. You cut it in half. They use it as bowls all over the Amazon, but you can see it's got that white pulp in there. They just pissed the bird off, I think. There's those seeds. Oh, you see how easily those come off. You just got to twist. These things are ready to go. What they evolve with, and what eats that pulp inside? What kind of megafauna did they evolve with? Oh, there's the seeds. See, I assume the white ones are the good ones. That brown one might be rotten. The pulp doesn't actually smell that bad. It smells kind of sweet. Saw some Etsy witch was selling seeds of this for like, you know, $10 for 5 seeds. Fucking misers. Oh, look, it's a Tababuya species, Bignoniaceae, catalpa family. There's the fruits. Looks like a legume. And up there are the flowers. You can't really get a good view of them. They look like just big yellow catalpa flowers. And a cane field, or there was cane in there at some point. That's where you find all the terciopellos, the fertile ants. One of the worst, most venomous pit viper species in the tropics. You could see there'd be a bunch of snakes in there. A bunch of the fertile ants. You know, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not trying to hang out in the sugarcane fields. There's another Tababuya. Tababuya rosea, Bignoniaceae. Again, the catalpa family, Bignoniaceae, which is in the order of sages, Lamiales. Same order as ash trees and salvia. And so you can see it's leafless, flowering during the dry season. And they've been all up and down these cane fields we've been in. But if you cut that flower open, and you can see the synapomorphies of many plants in Lamiales. 4 stamens and a style in the center, and each pair of stamens, there's 2 pairs, is at a different level. Look at all those anthers to his too. Almost looks like a penstemon flower. Quite a few members of the order Lamiales do that. 4 stamens in 2 different pairs. The dynamis stamens and a style in the center. Oh, look, it's starting to leaf out. And they plant these. They plant these all over. It's a native that gets planted abundantly because of, well, probably because of how beautiful it is and how vigorously they grow. You can see it over there. But again, flowering during the dry season, during the leafless season when the plants are drought deciduous. And there's the fruit, just like a catalpa fruit, a long leguminous looking pod, but it's not a legume. And once again, you got Acanthocereus tetragonus everywhere, which we also get in South Texas. Big white flowers, pollinated by moths and probably bats too. Oh, this is a nice one. This is variations on a theme. This is the genus Cordia. Boraginaceae is the family. There's those little white flowers. Oh, it smells kind of fragrant. You can see you got a bifid style in there. Can you see the style? Oh yeah, maybe on that one on the left. 2 lobes. You got hairs all over the leaves, which tends to be a synapomorphy for many members of Boraginaceae, but they got to be the stiff little hairs. Scabbard. Of course, we get Texas olive, Cordia bossieri in South Texas, and Heredia annaqua. Most of the diversity in Heredia is in Southeast Asia, but in Cordia you got many species. Both Cordia and Heredia are in Boraginaceae, the borage family. Then over here we got the cashew tree. Can you touch it? Sometimes he's got urushiol in the leaves, but the cashew is inside this thing right there. See, and so whatever eats this is going for that fruit, but then ingest the cashew, ingest the cashew and disperses it, hopefully shits it out somewhere. Anacardium. Anacardiaceae is the family. There's those leaves, glabrous with a distinct venation on them. You know, I would touch them, but I'm a little hesitant too, because, you know, 1/3 of the members of this family have urushiol and other allergenic compounds in the leaves. But there's the flowers. This is a non-native, and it's just growing rudderly here. Maybe it was planted. There's those tiny white flowers. They just look like sumac flowers. Same family. Growing, you know, it might have been planted here on the edge of this, agricultural disaster. See, there's that little kidney-shaped bean. Not a goddamn thing. You know, it's windy. It's a lovely day out here. I'm not going to lie. The heat feels really good. I've been used to South Texas. And that's where the cashew is. See? It's inside there. But look at all that oil coming off where I just cracked it open. It's probably highly allergenic. So I'm probably going to break out in a rash now. I'll let you know how it goes. Luckily, I got some prednisona. But, you know, just in case you ever wonder why cashews are so goddamn expensive, it's because they're coming from there. You got to go through all the processing to get them. I wonder how much cholera is in that water. Maybe not that much. You know, you got these little irrigation ditches. It does remind me of South Texas. But here's a species of Ludwigia, which are mostly aquatic members of the evening primrose family, not to be confused with the primrose family, the evening primrose family. Opuntia, 4 petals and an inferior ovary that looks like a little tube capsule. It's the fruit right there. Hey, how do I get to Punta Morales? Google Maps fucked me. It's my fault. I shouldn't have been using them. I like to use paper maps. Know where I'm at, you know? Look at that guy up there. See, he was just hanging out by the little irrigation canal. Beautiful heron. Look at it. I'm not trying to mess with you. I just got to wash my hand, get the damn urushiol off of it. I'm handling that damn, you know, most of the oil from that cashew, the allergenic shit, is in the, what is that, a leg of a pig or something? Jesus Christ. Most of the allergenic oil's in that, the nutshell, you know? The thing that I cracked open was holding with my bare hands. Oh, we got Malvaviscus there, too. Look at that. Hummer pollinated Malvaceae. Looks like a slightly different ecotype, or possibly even a different species than the ones we get in Texas. Here's an interesting one, another example of why common names are shit. This is Guazuma ulmifolia, and it's in the family Malvaceae, which you can kind of tell from the leaf shape a little bit, but really the flowers are just typical Malvaceous flowers. It's a big family, the chocolate family, the cotton family, the hibiscus family. You got those reflex sepals, yellow petals, and prominently exerted anthers, and pubescence on everything. But apparently someone thought it looked like an elm leaf, so they gave it the common name West Indian elm, which it's not. That guy's still hanging out. Man, he must really want that dead pig or whatever this shit. God, it's a beautiful bird. Massive, too. Why you look like such an... Why are you looking at me like that? You think I'm an asshole for hanging out here? Come on, man. I'm not bothering you. I'll leave in a minute. And look, just like the Malvaviscus we get in Texas, the fruit is an edible berry, which is actually kind of sweet. You know, you got to spit the seeds out, but this is such a great genus. Living hummingbird feeder, they love it, and you can eat the fruits. The fruit's got a sweet taste to them. You can see they come by in motus, but we got this clump of Bactris, of palm, with these really mean spines on them. Ah, Christ, there's not really anywhere. You can see those spines coming off the, massive spines coming off these leaflets right here. Just all up the stem and everything. So this thing evolved with a lot of shit chewing on it. It had to, it was under intense pressure to beef up its defenses. Look at those sheath bracts too. Protect the new leaves. Or is that protecting, oh excuse me, that's the inflorescence up there. I'm sorry. Look at that. That's the whole inflorescence and fruiting structure. A lot of spiny palms, man. God damn, that's a corvid. That's a corvid if there ever was one. Look at that guy. See, is that a Bursera? He's eating some sort of, is that a Burseraceae? I can't see the leaves. The fruits look like it. God, that tail is incredible. Look at that. You got a tail, you got some plumage up there. That's a nice looking bird. Look at that. You got a little, he's wearing a tux. We got a bunch of what is surely invasive grasses and a really mean looking Opuntia species with decidedly long spines. Lord only knows what megafauna this thing evolved with. You got a Cactaceae right there too. Look at that iguana. Look at how fat he is. Now, I don't mean to body shame you, but Jesus Christ, buddy. Jesus. Look at that guy. Look, you should have seen him waddling across the road. He looked like Jabba the Hutt if Jabba the Hutt could walk. You know, you look healthy. I didn't even see there's, you know, there's like 3 of you in there. Then there's another one there, and then this guy. He's the size of a cat. Yeah. Uh-huh. You don't look bad though. You look to be pretty in shape. See, the other guy just jumped on a roof. He's just looking at me skeptically. And you, come here. Just come here. I just want to ask you a question real quick. Come here. Hey. So here we got a little bit of intact forest, actually a lot of it. But as you can see, it's the dry season, so there's not a lot of leaves out. But you can see the fruits pretty easily. Probably night and day once you get some rain. It should start raining here in another month or two. And then it's, you know, it's just a tropical forest thing. Right, because you got that ITCZ, you got a pronounced wet in a dry season. Everywhere at the same latitude, you get the same phenomena. You get a dry season and a wet season. The thunderstorms are associated with the low pressure zones, and that basically parallels the equator. and it moves to the summer, in northern hemisphere summer, like July, it moves north, and then it's a dry season in southern hemisphere, and then in a winter, northern hemisphere winter, it moves south, and it's the wet season in the southern hemisphere. So we're at 10 degrees latitude north right now. It's March. We're coming out of the dry season. It should start raining here soon. But as you can clearly see, despite it being so dry, it's not a desert, all right? It's quite lush. It's just the dormant season right now. It's still hot as balls, but we haven't been getting any rain. Look at it. Look at those tiny little cicadas. Tiny little tropical cicadas. Look at it. Barely the size of my thumbnail. So as you can see, we're in a dry forest. Where's the cascabels? I hope I see some nice snakes. God, it's got to be so different and probably a lot cooler in the wet season too. Not a lot, but less sunlight hitting the ground for sure because all the leaves are out. And look at those lianas. Look at the corkscrew shape. Looks like a metal chain. God, it's killing me not to be able to figure out what a lot of this stuff is. No flowers, no leaves. Only in some cases fruits. Fruits can help you identify down a family at least, but God, it's hilarious. A vine on a vine. Ooh, it's a species of Guaiacum. Zygophyllaceae, creosote family. Is this Guaiacum sanctum or what is this? Red fruits? Oh shit, I just knocked the... Sorry, but I just knocked the cicada off there. I didn't see him over there. Could be Guaiacum sanctum, I suppose. No fruits though. Where's the snakes at? Where they at? Just tell me. I'm not gonna bother with you. Look at you go. You got like a jowl thing. You got like a Mitch McConnell thing going on. You see him freeze up? Wasn't that funny? Let me see if I could pull it up on my phone. Look at this karstic limestone. Look at the texture of that. Those tropical rains have really been working at it. It's a nice polypore. Look at that, it's a little coati. See, he's looking for mangoes and stuff. And procyanids, raccoon relative. Oh, he's curious. Look at his tail up like that. You gonna spray me or something? What do you do during the dry season, huh? What do you do? Look at his balls. The shit is this? Who's up there? Hey, take it easy. Oh, what's up, guy? How's it going? What's going on? You want some bread? No, I'm not supposed to do that. Oh yeah, you got fleas, huh? You itchy? Who the shit is this? What are you doing over there? You guys take over the joint? Where'd everybody go? You sit down, see, I ain't seen nobody. What are you guys doing? What about him? What about that coati? Holy shit, there's a whole bunch of you. Oh my God. There's no law and order here. I seen Planet of the Apes. I know how this goes. Hey. Hey, you guys need to take it easy. That's enough. All right, these aggressive threat displays, at least you're not masturbating in front of me. I don't got nothing for you. Is that what you're asking? You guys are worse than like the tweakers in San Bernardino. You know, begging for change at the freeway on ramps. You're cuter though. I'll give you that. Hey, I seen it. You're pissing on me. You're trying to piss on me. Cut that out. Oh, you got who's that? You got a little guy in there or what? He's got a belly. Look at these absolutely massive legumes. Is that it up there? I can't tell. Is that new growth or flowers? Look at it. Look at this. Look at it. The nerve of some of these. Don't piss on me. I seen what you did back there. Don't you dare piss on me. Why you look like that? Why you got your mouth open like that? Take it easy. Don't you turn it down. Take it easy. You guys are always so turned up. I don't know why. Oh, they're nice monkeys. Anyway, here's Marshallia, which is in the legume family. This is the Marshallia species that both houses ants and produces those huge spines at the nodes. Look, it's got extra floral nectaries right there too. Way of paying the ant bouncers. See, they're coming to kick me out. Formerly the genus Arecaceae. Those extra floral nectaries, though, a lot of legumes do. Look at that big swollen bump. Nice dry forest on top of limestone. Soil doesn't seem to be very thick. Pretty thin soiled area. Wonder what the average rainfall is. These lianas are driving me crazy. They're so cool. Dormant season, but a lot of cool singing insects and birds and coatis and evidently monkeys. Check out this vine. Some sort of damn Apocynaceous thing. Is it Apocynaceae or a... Definitely. Anyway, there's the little plumose hairs, but it forms this nice little... Another nice little bowl. And it's a vine. It's going away. I can't see the leaves. If it's got odd pinnate leaves, it's probably Bignoniaceae. If it's opposite leaves, it's Apocynaceae. Just seen some sort of damn deer-like creature running away. We got Guaiacum sanctum, which is a rare tree right there, relative, Texas relative. We got a Guaiacum in Texas. Guaiacum angustifolium. You see, they can get bigger than that too, but they grow super slow. But they got those pinnate leaves that almost make you think they're a pea or a legume, but they're not. Got a little island of limestone. Not a whole lot to see floristically right now. It's not the right season. Bonellia macrocarpa right here. Family is Primulaceae. You got 5 red petals. On the inside you got red staminodes. Important plant ecologically to fruits eaten by birds. Primulaceae again. Theophragstoides subfamily. Glabrous leaves. And there's that fruit over there. Does well on nutrient poor soils like this karst that we're on. See any thin soiled areas? Oh look, there's a cactus. Cactus is able to, a little Marshallia series is able to get established. But on these thin soiled rocky outcroppings, the only thing that's going to get by are the Bursera simaruba. Strictly because they don't have, strictly because they got stem succulents. They got succulent trunks, not as much as the cactus, but enough to sit tight during the dry season, despite there being no soil. Their roots just dug into that rock. Frankincense family, Burseraceae. There you go. Beautiful. Now, unbeknownst to me, the camera stopped recording here. I think what happened is I got spooked by the howler monkeys in the trees above me and then accidentally hit the stop button. Regardless, what's cool here is that you can see growth bands on these cacti. Those green portions in between the white bands represent periods of active growth during the rainy season, with the white portions representing periods when growth ceased, the onset of the dry season, and the epicuticular wax banded up and got especially dense. The net result is that these cacti are giving us something analogous to growth rings in trees in temperate climates. That is, each green band can more or less, with a grain of salt, be taken to measure 1 year. Obviously, they could be thrown off by prolonged drought seasons or having a rainy season broken up by a dry period, but more or less you can date these cacti. You know, the howlers, I don't think they like that I'm here. I think they're kind of mad. Because I heard that noise first, I thought it was a big cat or something. Nice ficus. So I know what they're doing. That buttress trunk is beautiful. Is it a ficus or what? Still haven't seen these guys. You're not going to kick me out of here. You can't tell me where to go. These outcroppings are great, man. There's some nice stuff. Real nice stuff. Because you get what you get is a dry microsite in an otherwise lush forest, at least during the dry, yeah, they're in a wet season. Reveal yourself to me. Oh, there you are. I see you up there. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Come down from there. Come down from there and say hi. You ever been to Melrose Park? Me and Al just got invited to a tour of the Sloan Urinal Company. Hey. Hey, come here. Come on. Why are you going away now? You're all talk. Look at that karstic limestone. See how it's just carved away by rainwater, which is somewhat acidic? Not it. That's where you need stability in hard times. Be like this buttress trunk. That is drought deciduous tree. Dry deciduous tree. You know, the dry forests really got a thing for them. I didn't even know they were a thing till like 6 or 7 years ago. You know, that's how ignorant I was. I thought the tropics were just, you know, boring angiosperms and snakes and stuff. Oh God, the mosquitoes got really bad. There's your agave workley. Yeah, I was right. See, God damn, they're biting me. They're the whole last 100 yards through the forest up to the top of the karst. They were biting me. Holy hell, that's nice. Oh, sorry guys. Nice black vultures. Nice black vultures. There you go. God, my heart rate's like 140 right now. Yeah, similar habitat to the spot I saw agave workley that was closer to San Jose. And you got this, what is that? Is that a Pterodaceae or a Selaginella? It looks like it's with the black rachis. I assume it's a fern from Pterodaceae. I don't mean to vibe you guys out. I'm sorry. What are you guys doing about the mosquitoes? They're bad right now, man. You know that? They're really bad. God, anything that's not covered up, they're getting. Anything that's not nailed down, they're stealing. What? Is it a bromeliad? Certainly looks like it. What a nice spot. Little island of dry veg amidst the sea of dry deciduous tropical forest. It's quite lush when it's getting rained on. Yeah, that little guy. He was a little curious about me. Sort of damn tropical sparrow. I am getting eaten alive. This is kind of cool. This is a Euphorbia thing right there, as you can see from those flowers. Those are cyathea. What Euphorbia is that? There's the stem. Almost looks like a Bursera of some kind. God, this karst is cool, huh? The vultures dipped out. They didn't want to hang. I vibed them out. It happens. Here's another one of those euphorbs. Get an up close look at the. There's an ovary. There's a fruit developing. Cyathobrax. But most notable is that bark. God, I can hear those monkeys. The howler monkeys. Why do they do that? God, there's mosquitoes on my fingers as I'm filming. Oh, I'm going to pay for this later. Look at that beautiful bark. Sweating like a whore in church. Come on, man. There's a dragonfly. Eat some of these damn mosquitoes. That peeling bark's really cool, though. That's really notable. It looks like a cherry bark. Cherry bark euphorb. God, the mosquitoes are just unbelievable. And then this guy, Costa Rica's only endemic agave. Agave workley. Only a few plants. Not a whole lot. But getting in where they can. There's probably more on the cliffs down there. Again, during the wet season, this is probably a little too dark for them. But you frequently see these two together. Agave workley, at least in the northwest quadrant of the country. And Marshallia cereus. You see them together wherever conditions permit and it's dry enough. And then this euphorbia too. The cherry bark euphorbia. God, what a great What a great forest. Thank God there's some left. A nice plumeria rubra. I don't know why they call it rubra, because the flowers are white. I guess they can be red. God, the mosquitoes are just really... I feel like I'm in Alaska. Should be getting rain in a month or so here, guys. Hang tight. Like you've done for so many centuries, so many countless millennia. Anyway, this is a good spot to end it. We'll end it right there with the agave. Have a good rest of your day. Look at those black spines on the margins. Agaves, such subtle variation between species. But they're all equally cool. And equally specialized to a different habitat. Apparently this one can tolerate high calcium substrate, such as this dogtooth karst. Anyway, alright, now I really mean it. Have a good rest of your day. Go fuck yourself. Bye. Right here we got a species of Triplaris, which is in the buckwheat family, Polygonaceae. You can see those little fruits. They look like maple samaras. They're dioecious trees, and they got mutualistic relationships with ants. Seen them a lot bigger than this in Ecuador. Not sure what species of Triplaris this is, but Polygonaceae. See, that's all Bromelia penguin. Namesake of the family Primulaceae. It just forms these thickets. It looks like agave, but it's more closely related to pineapple. See that? Really mean teeth on it. Bromelia's got that cam photosynthesis, just like cacti. They take in CO2 at night and then close their stomata during the day and photosynthesize on the CO2, using the CO2 they brought in the night before.